Tired of ordinary television? Don't touch that dial. SCTV is now on the air.
Some would call it the best sketch comedy show of all time. From the moment it hit the air, SCTV pushed the envelope in its genre, spawning off shows such as Kids in the Hall. Millions of people around the world tuned in to see what wacky sketches they'd think of next, but little did the world know it all started right here in Edmonton, Alberta.
And it was this interesting place where a lot was going on, and this show was happening, and it was on TV across North America as a late-night television staple of the early 80s, and something that influenced people for years and years and years afterwards, and people still know of it now.
Okay, good day. Welcome to Great White North. I'm Bob McKenzie. This is my brother.
Born in 1976, SCTV was initially produced out of Toronto, but a couple of years later, the show moved into the studios of ITV, now the home of Global Edmonton. Outdoor scenes were filmed in locations in and around the city, such as Fort Edmonton Park and Devon. And little did anyone know, the show got huge. And after about a year, it was picked up by NBC. One cast member came back to where it all began in October of 2011, taking a stroll down memory lane.
Joe Flaherty was coming to Edmonton for the Edmonton Comedy Festival, and we were able to set up an interview with him and speak with him actually at Global Studios, which used to be ITV, which was where SCTV was filmed back in the 80s. So it was pretty cool to get a chance to see him, you know, back on his home turf, and he had a lot of stories to tell about what happened there. So.
Margaret, I will have to ask you to keep your grubby fingers off the buzzer until I finish asking the question, all right?
After the article was published in Avenue, the magazine's editor, Stephen Sander, remembered visiting other cities who honor their own pop culture icons. St. Paul, Minnesota has statues of Lucy throughout the town to celebrate the fact that it's the home of Charles M. Schulz, creator of Peanuts.
It was really neat to me how the cities had taken some pop culture that they had produced, and it really celebrated it in a very sort of unique way to create it as a tourist attraction, something that would last long after the television show got canceled.
Made the egg salad sandwiches. 50 of the neatest hits from 5 of the neatest guys.
Sandor created an online petition to call for some sort of SCTV monument, and the response was incredible, getting 10 to 15 votes every hour. Visitors' comments all had one theme: Edmonton simply doesn't honor its pop culture icons enough.
This was a special time in Edmonton, special group of people. They weren't necessarily from here, but they all came and gathered here, and this was their incubator for all their creative thought. And we should sort of celebrate the fact that a lot of these characters were born in Edmonton.
One of the many suggestions for an SCTV monument is to have one right here in the heart of Old Strathcona, because obviously that's where the very famous Fringe Festival takes place, and it's also where many comedians get their start.
I certainly don't think that we do nearly as good a job of remembering our actors, comedians, musicians, playwrights as we do our athletes. Athletes seem to get through pretty easily in terms of getting things named for them or being remembered. It seems that if you're on the other side, it's a longer struggle.
So what do you think? Should Edmonton get an SCTV monument? And if we do, what should it be? Keep the conversation alive on Twitter. Kimberly Wynn, Shaw TV, Melonville.